past president of LIASA, but I would like to talk more about the early days of LIASA leading to its launch on the 10th of July 1997. The whole issue of fragmentation became a stumbling block, and it was then agreed that a conference be put together which would look at development, but also at which the whole issue of unification would be looked at quite seriously. And the LIASA conference was held in 1995 in Durban. The mandate of the steering committee was to look at processes that would lead to unification within the LIS profession. I'm excited that we now have a one organization, a united association.
LIASA came out of a development called NEPI, which was the National Education Policy Initiative of the ANC in 1991. A very radical group of librarians who formed a body called the Library and Information Workers Organization, LIWO, decided that the libraries had to have a role in the education policy. And they got together representatives of all the organizations, none of whom would talk to one another. So for the first time, members from SALIS, LIASA, the resource centers, LIWO itself, and various other bodies sat round a table in the early 1990s. LIASA has been very active on the South African Qualifications Authority National Qualifications Framework, NQF, where the standards generating body for library and information services has at last created qualifications for pre-professional, paraprofessional library workers. And this will give people who've worked in libraries for 20 years without a qualification the opportunity to actually get a qualification based on the kind of work they've done. This is one of the major roles of the NQF. It is to identify people who are in the workplace rather than just in the educational environment. Some of LIASA's successful programs have been carried out with quite substantial amounts of funding, and the South African Library Leadership Program is probably the highest profile of those. It was carried out with Carnegie funding over a period of 4 years. It sent numbers of young South African library leaders to the Mortensen Center at the University of Illinois in the United States. And a number of those are people you've interviewed. Tommy Mattea is one, Rachel Morey, whom you're going to interview just now, is another. These are people who have learnt in their professional careers, but also through this Mortensen Center program, a great deal about library leadership. And it has been an injection into the country's young up-and-coming library leaders, one of the most successful and certainly the highest profile of LIASA's projects.
My election as the first president of LIASA has been very interesting and certainly a very interesting experience to remember. There was a lot of expectations and a lot of confidence was put into me starting this new association and building it up into one that could be recognized and today is recognized as the leading library association in the world. We were able to get a grant from the Carnegie Corporation of New York, a substantial grant for the establishment of an office, a national office, and the appointment of staff. And we were actually the first library association in Africa that was able to appoint an executive director. My hope was that we would be able to lobby, to advocate for libraries, so it's not just about the profession and about the librarians, but really about the role that libraries can play in the development of the country and to be able to help in terms of education and being able for people to have lifelong learning skills, and it can actually help in their everyday life. South Africa won the bid. LIASA won the bid in 2001 to host, put in a bid in 2001, and the announcement was made at the 2002 conference in Glasgow that the conference will be hosted in Durban, August 2007. So 2007, the 10-year anniversary of LIASA is very significant for us because we will be hosting and we're welcoming the world's librarians to South Africa this year for them to come and celebrate, because not only of them coming here and the fact that we're now part of the international library community, but because IFLA had also played a significant role in the establishment of LIASA in terms of the mission that was sent to South Africa to come and see how they can assist us to be able to join, to form and establish this new united, inclusive library association. In the end of the day, as I said, it was that librarians should be able to have, to be positive, to be optimistic about the future of libraries in the profession, because it was a time that a lot of people actually feel that there is no future in librarianship and in this particular professional field. But through the association, by having a strong association, but having people joining up, joining LIASA, that we would certainly be able to be optimistic and that there is a future for librarians and for librarianship in this country.
Well, in South Africa, because of apartheid in the era I was growing up, it was very, very hard for us to get certain access to lifelong learning. And libraries were one of the few places that could grant us a window into the world. So, for example, if I came to learn about navigation through reading a library book, I came to be inspired by someone like Joshua Slocum, who was the first man to sail around the world single-handed in 1899 to 1901. And again, it was because of his written work that was published over 100 years previously that I was able to learn about the sea and access the adventure, living vicariously through his writing. In today's world of globalization, it is the application of knowledge that enables us to become independent countries, independent people, independent thinkers. And without libraries, I would not be the person I am today.
The year 2007, and in particular tonight, the 17th of August 2007, is very special for LIASA, its members and its partners. We are all uniting in celebration to mark the 10th anniversary of one of the miracles of the new South Africa, LIASA. The processes and the period leading up to the launch of LIASA in 1997, in many respects, reflect what happened in the country during the period 1990 to 1994 with the first democratic elections. For the first time in this country, can we say that we have a united, non-racist, democratic library association representing the profession with 10 branches, 10 interest groups throughout the country, all striving to unite, develop, and empower all of those involved in library and information services. LIASA invested a lot in its members, and we have seen over the past 10 years, very many of our colleagues have taken up senior positions within the organizations, locally, provincially, and nationally. All the achievements mentioned here, including those that are not mentioned here today, is a result of the dedication and commitment of our members. And we need to thank them and congratulate them on all the achievements.
I have to say, well, my name is Mark Lottering. for those of you who don't go to the library a lot, you won't know me. Otherwise, you find me here. I'm quite honored to be part of this this whole thing, because I do have a connection to libraries in some way, because for a short stint, I spent working at one of the libraries at the University of Cape Town, which was absolutely wonderful, because all my life I wanted to be on that side of the counter telling other people that they'd returned their books late and that they owe us money, because people had told me that all of my life. And God is good, He answers prayers, so I had many opportunities to look people straight in the eye with a smile. It's nice to tell people with a smile that they owe you money, because then it just hurts ever so much more. Working in the library is a great preparation for what's out there in real life, because when you work in the library, you have to be relatively decent, and what you're thinking is really nobody else's business, because you have to look like the library person, because you're surrounded by books and all of this knowledge. And I think when you go out there in life, you also have to be relatively decent and smile at people, despite the fact that you're thinking, I cannot believe I'm here at this horrific dinner party. So the library was great preparation for a way in which to conduct yourself once you leave the library in later years. I just want to say to everyone out there connected to the library, don't ever think about leaving the whole institution, because it's a very, very important place, because the library is a place where you can also pick people up. I've met many loves of my life in the library, particularly in the Shakespeare section, because then you tend to look intelligent and it just blossoms with lots and lots of love. So think twice if you're thinking about moving to another industry. It's not very many places where you can pick people up quite as you can pick them up in the library, and I do have experience of this. Thank you. I think most people do realize that it's very important. The library, the role of the library is very, very important in any community, in any society, because we all know that knowledge comes from reading, comes from books. So this is a very, very important thing. And once again, I say I'm very proud to be associated with it. And people need to read, especially younger South Africans need to be encouraged to do that. So if ever any of you need to call on me again to be involved and to help you in this kind of thing, please feel free to call, because I would gladly be associated with it, particularly if your budget gets a lot bigger. Please phone.
Sanibona, Dumelang, good day, goeiedag, molweni. Thank you for inviting me to address you on video on this great occasion. It's a privilege for me to congratulate LIASA on its 10th anniversary. In my capacity as IFLA's Secretary General, I've become very aware of the importance of libraries in the information society. Good libraries are critical resources for development, and strong library associations are critical in building good libraries. South Africa is fortunate to have LIASA, a library association that has come a long way in its first 10 years and is going from strength to strength. I'm proud to have been associated with the birth of LIASA. So, congratulations and have a great celebration.
Happy birthday, LIASA!
Happy birthday, LIASA. I want to take this opportunity to wish you a long and strong future.
Happy birthday, LIASA! Happy birthday, LIASA! Happy birthday, LIASA!
It has been fulfilling 10 years, and I think we are going from strength to strength. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, LIASA.
Happy birthday, LIASA.
Happy birthday, LIASA.
Happy birthday, LIASA.
Happy birthday and many more. Thank you.
I would like to say congratulations, LIASA, on your 10th anniversary, and may there be 100 more.
Happy birthday, LIASA.
To everybody at LIASA, wishing you all the best on your 10th birthday. Have a great time and all the best for the future.
Happy birthday, LIASA, and here's to the next 10 years of success. Happy birthday, LIASA!
Happy birthday, LIASA! Veel geluk, LIASA!
Happy birthday, LIASA!
Best of luck for the future. I know you will grow to the biggest library association around the globe. Happy birthday.
Nice!
John, can't delete.
No. LIASA, I want to say thank you to you for everything that you've done, and I want to wish you happy, happy, happy birthday. If there were 10 candles here now, I would have blown them all. One candle for every year. So happy birthday, wonderful, wonderful anniversary, and you have to celebrate today. No matter what happens now, if you're sitting at this conference and you can't believe that you're sitting next to the most boring person ever, and you think, how did I end up here? Just think ahead at the party that's going to happen a little bit later, because there's enough reason to celebrate. So focus on the glass of bubbly, which will be coming up shortly, I believe.
The 10th anniversary of LIASA is an important milestone in the history of our association because it marks the end of the foundation years and ushers in a future of growth and development. I have great confidence in the future of LIASA. Its outstanding achievements over the past years is making it possible to create an exciting future. The request I have for members is that the future of LIASA is in your hands. Take the opportunity to participate actively in LIASA's new future and direction. Be active in your branches and interest groups and avail yourselves for leadership positions so that you can assist in raising the profile of LIASA. Go out and bring out